Hey, yeah, what's up? This Disciple Marshall of Courage, rain back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-telepathy all day, anti-America all day, and everybody with him, yeah. So, yeah, on this video, like I already said, I'm campaigning, you already know, 40 states allowing children to have sex with adults in 40 states in America. You know what I'm saying? I'm campaigning and I'm doing it until they know. I'm doing it until it's understood. Okay? On this video, what I'm gonna be talking about is how people try to uh, reduce this information down to just some little side note information. They try to reduce this down to some kind of fine print information, some kind of fine print foolishness, some kind of stuff that you don't really need to know, or you don't need. You're not a necessity of needing. You don't have a necessity of knowing. Okay, this is not when the pencils start getting erasers. Well, you know when the pencils start getting erasers. It was 1907. No, this is not no little side note information. This is cultural changing information. This is information that changes everything. And people are quick to say, well, we learn from each other. Yeah, we learn that violets are blue. We learned that there are three different types of colors of roses: red, yellow, white, and some other ones. We learned this. We learned about rare fruits that we didn't know about. We learned these informations from each other. But cultural information about Martin Luther King Jr.'s family selling out of court in 1999 in October for $100 for conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. The American government settled out of court for conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. for $100 with his family. We all should know this culturally. This should be cultural information, and especially for African Americans. This ain't glue came out in 1950. This ain't that kind of information, bruh. People say, well, I knew that, but you ain't reveal it to nobody. Because when you kind of know something, you kind of don't reveal it. So you can't act like this is side note information when it's cultural, life-changing information that we know that the American government was actually responsible. This ain't Dumb and Dumber when Jim Carrey found out that we went to the moon. We went to the moon. I didn't know that. This ain't that kind of information, bruh. You acting like I found out something I should have knew, and I'm acting like Jim Carrey when he was in the bar with the moon article right there. And he said, "We went to the moon, yeah." That's how you acting like I'm finding out this information when you don't know it. You didn't know this. You didn't know 40 states allows adults to have sex with children. Y'all did not know that Martin Luther King Jr. mother was shot and killed in the church. You did not know this information. I'm not doing this to go viral. This surprises me that people, our culture, did not know this. Nobody taught this. So why you saying, well, we learn from each other? Nah, bruh, we should have knew that Martin Luther King Jr. mother was shot and killed in the church. We should have knew that that the American government settled out of court in 1999 in October with Martin Luther King Jr.'s family for conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. This is cultural information we should have known. And also 40 states allows adults to have sex with children. If we should know this. This is cultural information. And so some people concerning 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children, you'll say, well, I do, in New York, We ain't talking about New York, bruh. We talking about collectively as the whole community, what the whole perspective was concerning the age of consent. And that is 40 states under the age of 18. That's the perspective. This ain't some side note information. And so if you didn't know it, some people are so arrogant, they don't want to admit they didn't know it. Let's keep it 100, especially here in America. Well, I kinda knew, but you didn't know the collective information was concerning the age of consent was 40 states allows adults to have sex with children. You didn't know that. You did not know that. Let's admit it. Okay, you knew about New York. Okay, I give you that. But you didn't know that's a whole different animal from the most of the country allowing adults to have sex with children, because most of you feel like it's okay for 17-year-olds to have sex with children because New York is a fast city. So you think that that's the reason why, when that's not really the reason why, when you see 39 other states allowing the same thing with all these slow children. With all them slow children in all them southern states, why would they allow them to have sex at a young age when they already slow? According to the world, that's what I'm talking about. According to how things are in the world, Southern people are very naive, especially the children. And in Southern states, it's under the age of 18. So that busts your bubble that these ages are under 18 because it's for fast cities and states. And you can't act like you knew this. You can't act like you knew this. That's where I draw the line. Okay? If you're envious, if you're jealous, then say so. But don't sit here and act like, oh, I kind of knew this. You did not know this. And how could you that's worse. Because as soon as I found out, I was in a whole different lane. I merged to a whole different lane. As soon as I found this out. So for you to know this and still be good is pretty pathetic. Actually, that's not cool. That's not cool that you knew this. It's not. Because you had no corresponding action with 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children. As soon as I found this out, man, I merged. I merged over into the other lane. And see, what y'all try to do is act like this is some information that I like, okay, well, nah, this ain't no okay, well information, bruh. Not when you got the whole authorities in this country witch hunting people. You got police witch hunting people, investigating people, trying to find out things about people. FBI doing the same thing, and they got 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children, bruh. I let them know. I let the police know. I let the feds know. Did you know 40 states allow adults to have sex with children? Yeah, I want them to know. Yes, I want them to know. That's right. That's how real I am. He sure did. Let you know the country you live in, because some of them are so. I've talked to military, and you will be surprised at what people don't know. You will be surprised. Yeah, I let the FBI know. I let the police know. That's right. You're sitting in the country with the age of consent at 40 states allowing the age of consent is under 18 in 40 states. This ain't retarded information. This is not retarded information, bruh. This is somebody who this is a person that studies. This is somebody that wants to know what it is. This is people that study and research. That's what this is on. This is researchers' information. People who do their research on things. And some of y'all don't. I do my research on everything. I do my research on everything. So I don't be found out to be ignorant like these people have been found out to be. Because you ignorant witch hunting people when you got 40 states that allow adults to have sex with children. You're ignorant. Ignorant. You know what ignorant means? Ignorant means unlearned. That's what it is by definition. That's what ignorant means. It means unlearned. And you're unlearned about 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children. You're unlearned. Admit it. And I'm not. So this ain't retarded information. This is a matter of somebody being unlearned, learned, or ignorant. So now take a look around. Look at the ignorant level. Look how many ignorant people there are around here. Talking about we love the children, but you sitting on 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children. Talking about we want to start children programs in a country that got 40 states allowing adults to have sex with children. You can't look at other countries. Use common sense. Adults should only be having sex with adults. That's common sense. That's not genius level IQ. That's common sense. That's not retarded perspective. Common sense tells us 40 state adults should have sex with only adults, and that's it. Okay? But 40 states, the majority of the country does not have this as the laws. It doesn't. It ain't nothing nobody can say in defense of that. It's too much of a contradiction, man. It's too much of a contradiction. Ain't nobody can challenge that. How you gonna challenge it? When your culture teach the complete contrast of that, you ask all these stars, you ask all these movie people, actors and all of that, presidents, former presidents, you ask all of them, who agrees with children having sex with adults? Just yes and no question. I'm not trying to ask you to split hairs right off the tops. I'm not trying to ask you to do that. Technically speaking, what do you agree with? Do you agree that it's good that adults have sex with children? So it's not good. You don't agree with that. Okay, 40 states allows adults to have sex with children. That's all I gotta say to you. That's not biased information, like I said. This is your information. I didn't make this up. I didn't manipulate this. I have not manipulated this in any way. It's simple. You see me going into it? You see me going, no, ain't nothing to go into. 40 states allow adults to have sex with children, period. That's it. Who knows? It might change. It might be all 50 in a minute. It's only inclined to get worse. Pretty much. I would think so. And you sitting up, you allowing people to play with your life. You sitting up allowing people to question your integrity. I feel sorry for R. Kelly, man. Because America opened the door for adults to have sex with children. How can you in your right conscience, lock somebody up when you have opened the door? That's what I'm saying. I feel sorry for guys like that. Definitely feel sorry for, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, I feel sorry for him too, actually. I feel sorry for what he had to go through. Because the bottom line is, man, the door should not be open at all. Period. You can't open this door and then say, well, y'all, you know what the law say. You can't do that, bruh. Human nature is not going to do that. They're not going to abide by the laws and you open the door for adults to have sex with children. You should be glad. If you are a true patriot of America, you should be glad that this is coming out. If you are a dark patriot, which I'm gonna do videos about that, you want to cover over all their mistakes. You want to cover all the mistakes. You want to try to fight those who are telling the truth, which is really making your country better. You're trying to, you don't want them to shed light on the things that everybody don't know about. You are, I consider, a dark patriot, which is no patriot at all to me. Because if you really cared about the state, if you was wise, you would know that no country can live off of a lack of integrity. No country. When you start seeing the decline in integrity and character, it's over. And you don't have to have any bombs. You don't have to have anybody destroy this country. When the character and integrity leaves, it's over. Because karma is going to start a ripple effect, bringing destruction to your country. Ain't nobody got to do nothing. Ain't nobody got to do literally nothing, because you're declining in integrity, which is going to start bringing um, bad karma. Bad karma. You're going to start having bad karma. And unto destruction. Ain't nobody can do nothing about that. Nobody can help you. If you look at any great city, you will see that they started to die when they started to become corrupt. When corruption set in to a country, it was already a means to an end. That state of corruption. When corruption started, it was a means to an end. Ain't nobody got to touch you. Ain't nobody got to wish evil on you. None of that. When your morality and integrity and character falls off, it's over. Because America was only great because they tried to have some type of integrity, some type of character. It wasn't totally corruption. Some would say that, but I wouldn't say that, because it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible for any country to stay afloat with on total corruption. It's impossible. It won't last long. It will not last long. So I don't think this country became the superpower of the world 100% corruption. And now that you see that even the integrity and morality that it has had is gone, it should be no mystery to you why it's falling off. That's what the universe, it's how it's all made, man. You can't make your own world. A lot of y'all look at people like me as aliens. I'm looking at you like aliens, because you're now contradicting common sense, expecting to live in a planet harming other people, harming things, harming that, and expecting it to stay afloat. That doesn't work like that. The only way things strive is through giving life to everything around you. When you start giving death to something or implying death to something, and you are, in my case, how I've been done, they was the initiators of that. They initiated things against me that they should have not initiated. Then what do you expect to happen? What do you expect? You expect roses to come up when you know you planted poison ivy. That's all I'm saying. You know you planted nastiness and foolishness, and you're expecting roses to pop up. Bro, that don't even make sense. As far as reciprocity, it does not make sense. You ask any witch, you ask any warlock, you ask any Christian, you ask anybody who is spiritually inclined, what happens when you put out bad stuff? It's common sense. It's common sense. What you put out comes back. And people can try to manipulate the universe, but it don't work. It never works. It backfires, because the universe only knows to give out what you put out. You can't manipulate it. It's too powerful. The universe is too powerful for you to manipulate. When you have put out bad seeds and bad energy and bad things, for you to manipulate the giant universe is not going to happen. You're going to get exactly what you deserve and what you put out. This is a good thing when you do good, because if good stuff comes back, good things happen to you. It's a beautiful system for humans. You do good, good comes back, good things happen to you. You know, you're rewarded for being a good human. You're also rewarded for being a bad human. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you with. I don't care what group you claim in the community, in the planet. You put out bad, that's what you're getting. Bottom line. Bottom line. And there has been no person, no matter how bad you are, no matter how great you are, no matter how great your country is, that can manipulate that principle. It's manipulating proof. You can't manipulate it. You can't. You look at Rome. Rome fell. Rome fell when the corruption set in. Am I right or wrong? Every great empire, I guarantee you, at some point, some type of corruption set in, and the universe just give you exactly what you deserve. They give exactly what you burning for. You burning for war, that's what you're gonna get. And you're gonna get more than you bargained for. You're gonna bite off more than you chew. You can chew. And you know, I guess the arrogant perspective of these Americans, they think that, well, nothing can happen to me and nothing can happen. I can just do what I want to do. But now you see, you can't manipulate the universe. You can't do it. Nobody's perfect. But the universe even knows this in wisdom and knows this and adjusts accordingly. God knows that you're not perfect. But people that's just blatantly doing stuff that's against the community and universe gotta go. And that's where black people should be afraid. The gangbangers, all of that, man, yeah. Because you can't manipulate the universe. How can you manipulate the universe when you killing children? You think good's gonna come back to your community? It ain't gonna work, bro. You can say God love the hood. You can say God love gangsters. You can say, is it heaven for a gangster? You can say all of that. But at the end of the day, bruh, what it boils down to is what you put out. That's what you're gonna get. And the universe is too giant and great for you to manipulate to change that. So all the black people, you need to be aware. You know what I'm saying? You need to start chastising your own. You just need to start chastising your own, because the things that are put out and that you allow to be put out and that you don't say nothing about, you share in that sin. You share in that evil that was done when you don't say anything. When children are killed, and you silent and you go in your house and close your door and you don't say nothing to nobody, think you're being cool, part of not snitching concerning these children getting killed, then you have taken, or you partake of that sin. It's with anything too. Things done against me, you're in conspiracy, you think you're good with it. You're good with it. You partake of that sin, and therefore occurs the karma that comes down the middle. It comes to you. I can't do nothing for you. When you are in cahoots with the sin, you're in cahoots with the people that's shooting and killing kids. That's your ace boon coon. Yeah, what I supposed to do? Tell you it's a better day coming? Nah, it's not a better day coming. It's not. And no prophet should be telling you that when you sitting up gangbanging and killing each other, and you know the laws of reciprocity and reap what you sow. There should be no prophet telling you a better day is coming when you're doing no better. What do you want me to say? You want me to lie to you? I can't do that, bruh. I can't lie to you. And you lie to yourself when you sit up and think a good day is coming when all of this is going on. It's just, what you want to shoot the messenger? You know this. In your heart of hearts, you know no good can come to that. You know that. I don't know. That's where people are going to either go with God or you're going to either go with the community. And you too unfamiliar with God to go with God. So most of y'all are going to stick with what you know. You're going to stick with people you know. You're going to stick with your community. I, as a man of God, I'm going to stick with God because you fluctuate. You think it's me that's fluctuating, but it's you. It is. 1 minute you say you God's, 1 minute you say you know, all of this, you are original man and all of this. Then 1 minute you gangbanging and killing each other and killing the children too. That's fluctuation, man. That's vacillation and fluctuation. That's what it is. And, when you vacillate and fluctuate like that, who's going to be with you? Okay? When you have something steady going, people are going steady and and they're going to steady in the right direction, then now God has something to work with For real though. God has something to work with, but man, you can't play God. You can't finesse God, man. That's all I'm saying. You fluctuating and vacillating, with your principles. We're killing each other in 1 minute, and then you all together in unity trying to fight police killing your own people. But yet you're not checking the stuff that's going on in your own community that's probably bringing that on to you. Who knows? Only God knows. Maybe that's bringing it on. When you're killing and shooting each other, you don't think it's possible it might be brought on from some other source too? When that's what you actually are doing? So what you're doing shouldn't come back to you. It's coming back to you in a way that it hurts you. Some will say that's reciprocity. Some will say that's karma. We hate it, but if you're killing each other, you don't think it can come to in a form of you being killed and you hate it and it hurts you in the form of police? Because now you've been killing each other. Now the reciprocity brings it back to you in the form of white people killing you. Now how do you feel about it? You're hurt. And you didn't see that. You're hurt. But you're not hurt when you're doing it to yourselves. But you're overlooking how you feel when white people do it. You're overlooking it. No, the comparison of how you feel when black do it and when white do it. You're overlooking how you feel with those two.